Today in the class, we're going to discuss these two questions. And why we will be discussing these two questions, that also I will answer. Now, if you already know the answer of these two questions, then you can skip to the last portion of the video. But if you still want to know why I have to provide these points and not any other point while I am writing the answer of this question, then you can watch the complete explanation. Now, whenever I go for evaluation work, I often find that the students get confused between the land degradation and soil erosion. What they do is they borrow the points from the soil erosion and they bring those points under the question of land degradation. And when the question is specifically asking about soil erosion, they borrow the points from land degradation and they put it under soil erosion. Now, what happens? We evaluate the copies as per the mark scheme, and generally those answers go wrong, or maybe sometimes we just end up giving a general marks. Now I need to understand the difference between the land and the soil first. Soil is nothing but a unit of the land. Soil is basically the top cover of the land. When I say soil erosion, it is basically the removal of the top layer of the land. When I talk about land degradation, I'm basically talking about lowering of productivity of the land. Now, land productivity can decrease without experiencing soil erosion. For example, if I visit any landfill area, I might not find any trace or evidence of soil erosion, but I will definitely find that the land is degraded and the productivity of the land is zero. You won't be able to practice agriculture unless and until you restore the land. Today I'm going to show you what points you have to cover under land degradation. I will also tell you what not to write under these particular questions. The particular question asks about the reasons behind land degradation, or the question can be asked, explain how can public negligence cause land degradation. And then the next question, which has been repeatedly asked in CBSE board examinations, give us some suggestion how to protect the land from degradation. First and foremost, I'll go to the PDF, which I always do. Now the question has been asked from this particular topic. As you can make it out, this is the land degradation and conservation measures. These are my some anthropogenic or human activities which, like overgrazing, mining, all these are reasons which contribute to land degradation. But I will not stop my answer at this point. If it is a 5-mark question, I must mention the name of few states, like what is the reason behind land degradation in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh, or what is the reason behind land degradation in states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra. Similarly, I will also talk about what are the reasons behind land degradation in Punjab, Haryana and Western UP, or how the ceramic industry causes land degradation as well. So you can make it out. I cannot write over generalized answer, or I can't borrow points from soil erosion and fill up the points of my answer. You can find out that all the states are facing land degradation and the reasons behind the land degradation are not same. Whatever the suggestions to control the land degradation, this is the paragraph I am going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how to have to stabilize the sand dunes. I'm going to talk about afforestation. I'm going to talk about proper management of grazing. I'm going to talk about control mining activities, proper discharge, disposal of, control the disposal of industrial effluents. All these things I have to talk about. I'm not going to borrow any point from the soil erosion and soil conservation. So what are the points I should not be including when I'm writing about the reasons behind land degradation? I will not include points like river, wind causing erosion. I will not talk about gully erosion. I will not talk about plowing in wrong way. These are the points which I will include when the question will be asked about soil erosion. In the case of suggestion, I'm not going to talk about to protect the land, and I'm not going to talk about strip cropping, terrace cultivation. These suggestions are specifically meant for soil erosion.